Okay, welcome to the channel. This is my third time recording this because I forgot to turn the menu music off. But in the video, I'm going to show you how to get 393 overall Zero Chill players for 120,000 coin. Now, before we start, there are many different ways that you can get a 93 in this promo, which is the reason why I like this promo. I'm not an expert at Madden. I haven't really played MUT ever before this year. So I'm still kind of learning. But I just thought it was kind of a cool way. If you've spent all your ornaments and you have no more snowflakes left and you're hurting for some higher overall cards in your team, this method, and you have up front, you have to have spare coin or some 93s that you already have in order to do what I'm talking about. Of course, if you have 93s already, it's going to cost you less than 120,000 by the time this is all said and done to do what I'm talking about. So we're going to start here, right? Let's say you had no other way to get a 93 because you didn't listen to YouTubers like Popular Stranger who told you not to spend your ornaments and wait and to utilize your snowflakes correctly, which I didn't do. I shouldn't say I didn't do, because I did pull a couple 93s, which I then used and quick sold for more snowflakes, and then pulled some other 93s, and then some 89s and some 87s, and then I used those to craft a 92 stocking stuffer, and then I sold those for 155,000 on the auction house, and then I netted 136,000, and then I used that money to craft another 92, and then so on and so forth until I had approximately 400,000 coin, which I was then able to craft 392s, make a JC Jackson, craft another 92, and then sell that, and then keep going on and on and on and on until I got tired of doing it. Basically took me 5 days, and I had 500,000 coin. And I'm a free-to-play player, so I've spent zero money on this game. But in any case, all that is to say, I didn't necessarily use my snowflakes incorrectly. But as you can see, I only have 3,000 snowflakes. I have no ornaments left, or I think maybe I have one. Because I used them for the 78-plus packs, gambling with my ornaments, and I ended up getting like 2 or 3 93 overalls. I think it was 2 93 overalls, and I got 191 overall. I wouldn't suggest doing that because, again, you can pull 85, 87, 78, 79. You can pull 91, and right? So it's not really worth doing that. I just happened to get lucky. But in any case, you have no snowflakes, you have no ornaments, all you have is excess coin. This is for people that have excess coin, because it's going to cost around 390k initially, and then you'll make some of that money back, which is where the 120k coin comes into play, right? So let's say you had to buy these 93s. You can see they're about 135 to 140,000 coin a piece. Multiply that by 3 that is required to make a 95. Whatever. That's 420k. Right? So here's what you do. The way that you are able to do with what I'm talking about is you're going to craft a 95 Zero Chill player. You're going to sell that 95. Let me back up. You're going to craft a 95. When you craft a 95, it's going to give you basically a fantasy pack where you can select 393 overall NCAT players and your 95. You're going to sell the 95, and by the time you've bought all your cards to make a 93 and then make the 95 and then sold the 95, by the time you do all that, you'll be at 120,000 coin loss approximately, And therefore, it cost you 120,000 coin to make or to get 393 overall NCAT Zero Chill players. Again, it requires a bunch of coin to do this. So if you don't have a bunch of coin, you're not going to be able to do this. But luckily, EA has given a bunch of opportunities to make 93 overall cards, which then you can use for a 95, and then you can sell the 95 and do what I'm talking about in this video, and you'll bank a bunch of coin, right? This is for you have no other way but to craft them by buying other cards and then crafting a 93 and then using that 93 and then making a 95 and then selling the 95, right? That's what this is for. But as you can see, there's lots of ways that you can get a 93, right? You can get 3 93s by exchanging ornaments, right? It costs 3 ornaments. You can get a 93 overall NCAT card that way. And you don't have to spend any money. Okay, I have 1 ornament. Right? So you don't have to spend any money. Here's your NCAT right now. You don't have to do what I'm talking about. You're good to go. You can get a 93 overall right here. You can use 12 ornaments. There's not enough ornaments to make 3 of them, but you can make 1 of them that you can use to do what I'm talking about, right? But this video is more for if you didn't wisely use your snowflakes or your ornaments and all you have is coin, you can get 393 overall NCATs for cheap, basically. So again, you're going to craft 393 overalls. You're going to use it in a 95 overall pack, which will give you your choice of 3 overall NCAT Zero Chill players. It will give you the 95 overall and his power-up card. You're going to sell the 95 overall and the power-up card. You'll net about 270 to 280,000 coin. So here's where it gets a little dicey, right? In order to craft a 93, again, let's say you only had coins. You have to craft 2 91s and an 87. Now I'm going to show a way that you can craft a 91 and your 87 that you need to use for the 93, but it's just much more cost effective to just buy the 91s and the 87 off the auction house, right? So you can use this method here if you have cards, and you can sort of craft your way up and then exchange them for a 91. Again, it requires 2 91s and an 87. So you're going to have a buttload of spare cards left to craft 2 91s and an 87. But again, this is more for people who, let's say you don't have any cards either because you quick sold them for snowflakes. Like I didn't do. And you had no other choice but to buy enough stuff to make a 91, right? I can't do it right now without actually going to the auction house, but 89s are going for roughly 32 to 35,000 a piece. It requires 2 for 191. So now you're at 70,000. 85s are going for about 15,000 coin. So now you're at 85,000. Whoa, they dropped. Okay, they're about 8,000 now. I swear they weren't. The auction house is making a liar out of me. Okay, they were 15,000, I swear, like 10 seconds ago. In any case, they're 8,000 now, right? So we're talking about 78,000 coin to make a 91 if you just did it this way. And you had to buy them, right? Conversely, if you went to the auction house and bought a 91, it cost you 60K and up, right? But if you're smart, you'll snipe the cards off the auction house. So that means you'll just keep refreshing until you find one that's like 60K. I've not seen one go lower than like 59.5 is the lowest I've seen them go. So for you can snipe one for about 60,000. They appear all the time. There was just one in the auction house during the video, right? So it's not really cost efficient, in my opinion, to make, well, it's not only my opinion, it's actually factually not cost efficient to make a 91, right? You're going to spend $15,000 to $20,000 more than it would cost you to just buy a 91 off the auction house. You know, that may change later, but for now, that's how it is. So, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the auction house. You're going to buy two 91s. That's going to cost you roughly $120K if you do this correctly. And then you're going to go buy an 87. The 87s are going for $15,000 right now. I got one for $10,000 by sniping a card. That's the cheapest I've seen it. So now you're at 130,000 coin. To make a 93, so you're at 130 to make a 93. You need 3 93s to get a 95. That's 390,000 coin. So you're going to exchange your 3 93s for a 95. Again, if you have 3 93s already, then it costs you nothing to generate a 95, and then you can go quick sell your 95, or excuse me, you can auction your 95 on the auction house. You're going to get about 300K. By the time it's all said and done, EA is going to take their cut. You're going to net about 270K, and then you'll get your 393 overalls, NCATs, and 270K off the auction house, right? But this is for people who don't have any of those, right? You're starting from scratch, whatever. So you spend 390K. Like I just said, you're going to go to the auction house. You're going to sell your 95. You go to the auction house here. And it takes forever to load on Xbox. I apologize about that. Right, as you can see, they're going for roughly 290 to 300K, right? So again, EA takes 10% on your sale. You're going to net about 270. But remember, you have their power-up card as well. So you sell the power-up card. That's going to give you, I don't know, I think it was 10,000 coin for Michael Irvin, I think. We could look. But in any case, you'll net around 270 to 280,000 coin. Now remember, it cost 390,000 coin to make your 393s from scratch. And you're going to sell this one and get about a net about 270. So 390 minus 270 is 120. So you took 120,000 coin loss by doing this, but you've also netted 393 overall NCAT Zero Chill players in return. So in a sense, for 120,000 coin, you got 393 overall NCAT players. Now, again, these are NCAT, which means you can't auction them. You can't trade them. You can't use them towards sets. As opposed to, if you bought them on the auction house, you could resell them. You could use them for sets. But just for demonstration purposes, right? Aside from using your ornaments and re-rolling packs and getting lucky and using 128,000 snowflakes on the marketplace, there's no other way to get a 93 but from the auction house that I'm aware of. I could be wrong. Comment below if I'm wrong. I probably am. But in any case, this is just for demonstration, right? It would cost you 420,000 to buy 393s. And you just made 393s and a 95 for 390K. Right? So to make 393s and a 95, it was cheaper than buying 393s from the auction house. Again, you could use your ornaments, you could use your snowflakes, you could re-roll in packs, you could use 128,000 snowflakes to buy a 93 overall, and it wouldn't be NCAT. But if you're like me and you wasted your ornament, I shouldn't say wasted, but spent your ornaments, you spent your snowflakes, all you have is coin. For less than it would cost you to buy 393s, you've bought 393s and a 90. Well, basically, you got a 95 and 393 NCATs for the price of, 30,000 coin less than it cost you to buy 393s alone. So, yeah, I mean, that's the video. Again, to finish this off, like I've said numerous times, I'm not an expert on MUD or this promo at all. I have used this promo, and I'll show you, to make a bunch of money. Maybe I'll do a separate video on that. I'm a free-to-play player. I've spent $0 on this game, but I made about 500,000 off of the stocking stuffer promo, or the Zero Chill promo, but the stocking stuffer event. Right, as you can see, I'm not lying. I'm not lying. This is how I was able to do what I'm talking about right now. I'm gonna make the 95. I may or may not sell it. I don't know. If I do decide to sell it, I'll be back at 290,000 coin. I was originally at like 300 and something, so I'll essentially lost, but I will have gained my 393s that I bought back. Right, I'll get 393 NCATs. I won't have my 95, but I'll have my 393s, and so I'll be back to where I started, basically, minus 120,000 coin. So in another video, I might demonstrate how to make one of these cards for 90,000 coin or less. I should say, yeah, about 90,000 or less, and resell them for about a 30,000 to 40,000 coin profit, which is how I was able to get 500,000 coin. But anyway, I hope this video, for those of you who may have spare coin and didn't utilize your resources properly or use them in other ways. I shouldn't say not properly. I ended up getting a bunch of different good cards by utilizing the way I did, because I re-rolled packs and got 93s, luckily, and then used those for other things. But, like, I got a J.C. Jackson card by doing that. But anyway, I hope this taught somebody something, right? If it did, like and subscribe below. If this video sucked, then don't do that, I suppose. But thanks for watching anyway. I'll see you guys later. Peace.